Right, welcome back everybody. You're joining me back at the back of the Vauxhall Vivaro day van conversion. So I've actually laid the rock and roll bed flat for this video, and what we're going to actually be doing today is we've got a bit of soundproofing that we're going to be sticking on the ceiling. So I reckon I'm going to have about 18 of these little patches, 3 in each beam going across. And also I'll add this in the shed, this thermal wrap. I've got 5 meters of it here, so I thought I'm going to stick this up there as well, just to use it up and get it out of the shed. And also, once the thermal wrap is up and we start putting the roofing up, I'm actually going to stick my Dodo insulation up there as well, so it's really going to have a thick layer of insulation on this roof here. So as I say, we're going to have 18 of these little pads, so that should really dampen the noise down. We won't be getting to putting any roofing up in this video. It's all a matter of just soundproofing and getting this thermal insulation up. And if we have time, I will maybe spray the Dodo mat up as well. But because I ain't got the boarding to do that today, I don't know if I'm going to stick the Dodo insulation up yet. So we might just do the soundproofing and the thermal wrap and get that up. And we're one step closer. I've also ordered today a split charger. I think it's a C-Tech 250 split charger, so that means we can charge this leisure battery up when we get the leisure battery. I'm still trying to find out what sort of battery I need, so if any of you lot do know. So I want to be powering my diesel heater, my 12-volt fridge, my 6 12-volt spotlights. There will be a LED strip light as well, plus a few 12-volt sockets. So if anyone could advise me what sort of battery I'm looking at. I've seen them online for 130 amp hours. I mean, that means nothing to me to what that or power and stuff. So I say it is a split charger I'm getting as well. So the leisure battery will be getting charged off of the vehicle, and it'll also be getting charged from the solar panel as well. So, but yeah, I just need to investigate what sort of size battery I need to run all the equipment. So that's for another video. I've still got my kitchen here, flat packed. I was going to start putting this up this week, but I think it'll be better if I get the roof up first, so I know how tall I want this wardrobe cabinet, how high to take it. So that's why I've put a hold to the kitchen side of things at the minute. Get the roof in, and then we can start building this kitchen up, and we can make sure we've definitely got the right height for the wardrobe unit. So these are my little soundproofing pads. I say I've got 20 of these, but I'll only be using 18 of them. I will need to get another pack of 10 because we've still got to insulate and soundproof the rear doors and the side door as well. So another 10, that'll be ample, plenty enough. Let me take you in and show you. So it is a bit dark in here, I'm afraid. I haven't got no light in. I've actually took the original light out from there because that's going to be under the ceiling. So I've took that out and I've actually masked with foil tape the big cavity there as well, so that's coming out. I've also put carpet all the way up to the beams there now. You're not going to be seeing all of that anyway, so as you can see, I haven't bothered trimming it up nicely there because we're only going to be taking the ceiling to the bottom of this joint here, so anything above all that, you're not going to see none of that. So we're putting the ceiling to the bottom of this beam here, and then I'll be running a batten across here like that, and then we'll be screwing up to the batten rather than screwing up to this pillar here, because we won't get the angle from the wood. If we screw to this batten here, it's only going to come up to there, you see. So I've had to bring this down and put a batten along here, which works well anyway, because as I slid the batten in that hole there, and the batten comes straight out of that hole and it meets on there as well. So that's another fixing point there. So it works really well. And I don't know if you can see the battens down there, what I'm using. So I've test fitted them. I did do this rail, this rail and this rail. So I've done the first 3 rails, battens already cut. I've just got one more rail there to cut. And then once we've got them all fixed, it's a matter of working out the end rail, where we're going to fix where the old bulkhead was and where we're going to fix on the rear here as well. So this wiring loom that originally used to run along here is going to be sitting up in the roof void here, and it just sits in that gap nicely underneath the battens that I'm putting up as well. So we're not going to have any wiring loom there. That's all going to be hidden, and all my lighting will come along and run just in this little void here, just where this little plinth comes down, it'll all be running along through here, coming to the back here, and then going straight into that hole there, and it'll run down all this channel, and it'll come out into the wardrobe right at the bottom down there, just down there, and that'll come straight into the leisure battery. So it's really going to be a nice tidy job, no wires coming about anywhere. So I'm going to stop waffling now. We're going to head into the van. I've already cleaned the roof with some panel wipes, so we're going to go ahead now straight away, stick these 18 deadening pads on, and then we'll go ahead and hopefully I've got enough here. There's 5 meters here, so I'm thinking one strip down, and we'll probably have to cut it in half then, and we'll do a bit of patching up, and hopefully we've got enough there. So 5 meter roll should be enough just to do this, and I'll probably spray glue that on as well because it's not sticky back. So let's get in the van and get started. Right, so I've put you in the front of the van there, so hopefully you can see me now. And I say the lighting's not the best in the van at the minute. Talking of lighting, I've actually ordered some new LED spotlights, 12 volt ones, and they're actually touch sensitive, so you flick them on at your main switch, and then you can just touch your LED and it'll just put that one on, and it's dimmable as well. So if you're out and about and in the night, you can just touch that light above your head and you don't get all the lights coming on, you just get that one. But if you do put them all on, and you can turn them all off together, but you can't turn them all on together, so you actually put your switch on and you do have to turn them on individually like you do want. So that's not a big problem, because if they're not all on, it uses less electric. So we'll just have on what we need on, and I say at night time, if you have got them all on, you can just switch that switch and they'll all go off together. So that's the route I went down. So you can get yourself a roller for these as well to roll on, but I just seem to push it up and down with my finger, make sure there's no air bubbles, and you get right in the creases, get a good stick on them. And I say they haven't got to be perfectly placed, as long as you've got them there somewhere, it'll do the job. To be fair, you probably don't even need 3 on here, but I say that's what I'm for. And it's quite cold and windy today, but in this van I've noticed when I've been out and about in it, because the kids do like clubs after school, football and stuff like that, and when you take them down the clubs you have to wait for an hour and a half, and what I tend to do now is I jump in the back of the van and just watch a bit of YouTube, and it's lovely and warm in, and that's not even with the heater. So the insulation in this van is fantastic. So I'll stick this one that way. So as I mentioned earlier, if anyone has got any tips on the battery size that I would need, as I say, it's not like a proper motorhome, it's only a day van, it's only going to be used now and again, it's not going to be relied on every day, because I say the fridge won't be on every day. So I don't think I need to have 2 batteries really, but I don't know really. I say it's all new to me. I'm doing a bit of research online. I think I can get away with 1 battery, but I just need to know what sort of size. I say the one I have seen is 130 amp hours, and it seems big enough, but I've emailed the company to ask them for a bit of advice, but I haven't heard back from them yet, so I'm hoping they get back to me and can advise me if the battery that I'm looking at is big enough and will do the job, or if there's another one that they can recommend. Yeah, I can hear the sound difference in that already. It sounds more solid, that, whereas here it sounds more tinny. I don't know what that sounds like on the mic, but you can hear a bit of difference already. Just getting that crease. Really good sticky stuff this is on there. I don't know what they make out. It's like tar. You see there, look, the back of it, it's really stiff. And it's so warm in here. Push it and squish it out. You can see the black stuff push out the edges. I say it's quite chilly out there, but in here it's getting really warm now. And I say I've got the 5 kilowatt diesel heater, and apparently it's quite a beast, that is. And people are saying that's a bit overkill for a van like this. So I won't be needing it on for long, which is a good thing, because if it's not on for long it won't be costing a lot to run either. So we have got the video coming up on that soon. It's the Max Pedin Rods diesel heater, and it's the Bluetooth one as well, 5 kilowatts. So we'll be doing a little how to wire that up. Again, it's all new to me. I've never used one, I've never wired one up, so that's all to come. Something else to learn about. I know we've got to drill through the floor to get the exhaust out. Right, so we're halfway there now. And this sound mat is from eBay. It's Easy Gear, the company. As you can see on there, Easy Gear. So again, just start from the middle in that crease, and then we'll work our way out. There we go. Right, so that is all 18 bits up. I say I've got 2 spare. I won't bother sticking them in them little gaps. It's not worth it. I'll keep them for as part of my next lot for doing the side doors and the rear doors. So, but listen to this. Solid, that. No, before that sounded all tinny. I'm really happy with that. That's dampened that noise. That's dampened that sound right down. Really happy with that. That is a hell of a lot quieter. Just like a deep bass sound now, not a tinny sound. So what we'll do now is we'll go ahead, we'll get this thermal wrap opened, and we'll start spraying the roof, and we'll do one big strip down here, and then I'll say we'll probably have enough for another strip down there, and we'll probably have to cut that in half maybe, or maybe we'll just overlap it just to use it. So it'll act as a vapor barrier as well, so it'll come in really handy for that. So I'm going to get me a knife, get you relocated, have a bit of a clear up from all these paperbacks, and we'll get this up. Right, so I'm going to start from the back here. You probably won't have to see much to start with, so what I'm going to do is just spray some of the roof up. And I say, I'm not too fussed if it does get on this carpet here, because you won't see that bit. So that should be far enough. Always pull a little bit of glue off the end of your nozzle, and it keeps it spraying nice. So I'm going to start get that right up to the edge there. Right in the back there. So we can push all that air out. There we go, that's lovely, that's taking nicely, that. So, want to make sure you get right in them creases. There we go. So as you can see, that's going up there a treat. Squishing it nicely, getting it right into them beams, into the creases. You can see that bulge in the middle there, and we've got our little bulge there, what we're going to be screwing up to with our battens. So as you can see, I've took it into this channel here. That's where the wiring loom used to run. What I took out of there, and I've thread through this box section here. So I will be covering this bit up as well, but I just thought it's just easier just to thread that in there and take this as a long run, and I'll do this little bit last. I'm just going to carry on with that now. I'll get that bit done and I'll come back to you. Right, so welcome back everyone. You have to excuse the plane noise going over there, but as you can see, the roof is fully done now. What I actually done is the first half that I've done that you see, it actually finished about here. So when I've done this side, I actually overlapped it and it's here now. So we've got a double overlap in the middle there, and I've just run some aluminium foil tape all the way down that seam as well there, just to make it one big piece. And I will be going round just doing the edges as well. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out. It's fantastic, and I'll tell you what, it's really hot in this van already. So I don't know where you could see me back here. I'll say it's pretty dark in here. So I'm really happy with how this has turned out today. That is going to be it for today, because I've got to go pick the kids up from school now. So hopefully next step on this van is we'll be putting the battening up, and hopefully we'll be doing a roof on it as well. The way I'm looking at doing it is because I can't get a sheet long enough from the front to the back of the van locally to me, because it's quite a big span. This, even with the floor's done in 3 pieces. So the problem is having the length of the van as a piece of wood. So what I'm looking at doing is probably having one piece doing this section here, and probably 2 pieces doing this section. So we'll have a section halfway up of this joint here to here, coming up to hit half of this beam here. So we'll have one section there, one section there, and then one section here. And I'll probably screw it up to the ceiling. I'll probably be using 9mm OSB Sterling, because I've got a couple of sheets of that at my dad's already. So I'll probably be using that just to use it up. It's nice and thin, so it's lightweight. And we'll cut that into 3 sections, and then I'll probably, once I've screwed it up on the ceiling, I'll probably carpet it then, so you won't see no screws or nothing. But before we actually do carpet it, once it's fixed, we do need to do the wiring, because once that's carpeted, the only way to get that back down again will be to pull the carpet off to find the screws, you see. So I want to be doing the boards up and then running cables in. So we were working out where we're having our spotlights. There'll be one here, one here, one here, one here, and then I've got one down the back, but I will have a spare one, so if I can fit it in somewhere. If not, it'll be handy just to have it as a spare. That's the way I'm thinking here. If any of you got any ideas how to do it any different that could be easier or better, I say drop a comment down below. I'm always open to suggestions, but that's the way that I can think of at the minute, doing it the easiest way basically. So 3 sections. I say it'll be 1 piece here, 1 piece there, and 1 piece there, and you won't see those joints because it'll be carpeted over anyway, and it'll be going up in 3 sections. I won't be, there is another way I could do it. I could carpet each section, and then I'll be able to take the roof down in different sections, but doing that you will see joints where the carpet folds around the piece of wood. So I'd rather not do it that way. I'd rather have it as one whole big carpeted thing on the ceiling, rather than having it in sections. It would be easier if I did need to get into the roof cavity to just be able to pull it down in sections, but I don't plan to be taking the roof down. Once this up, I expect it to be staying up then. So worst case scenario, later on down the line, if something does go wrong, I'll just have to pull the carpet off. The carpet's fairly cheap anyway to replace, and we'll just do it that way. So I'm going to leave it here. I'll say if you have got any suggestions or ideas, drop the comments down below. A lot of you do come up with some good ideas that have helped me along the way with the van. And until next time, we'll see you about.